That's why it always seems crazy to me that people think they can change everything overnight or lose the fat in 1 week that it took them 20 years to put on. But change is definitely possible if the right approach is taken. The key is to set small, reachable goals and alter small daily habits that fit into your lifestyle. Maybe you were expecting me to give you an overall plan that had you eating only chicken breasts and broccoli, or drinking herbal teas and practicing yoga for hours on end. But that'll never work. The changes you make need to work for you. And trying to lift as much as your personal trainer or eat just like her may not work for you. That works for her and was probably developed over many years. But only you know what works best for you and your schedule and your family and your goals. And focus on changes you know you can make with the greatest success. Also, keep in mind that the ability to successfully change a behavior is closely related to your confidence. If you set a goal that you are not confident in, then you're not likely to make it. Why not make it easier on yourself and choose goals that you are sure to meet? For example, what seems more realistic? Exercising for 1 hour per day, 3 days per week, or losing 30 pounds of fat. Doesn't it seem much easier to work on the habits that you can control rather than on results that you really can't control? Now, it's far easier to say, I'll exercise 3 days per week, or I'll eat 4 servings of vegetables today. This lecture discusses major motivational concepts and ideas for how to change your daily behaviors in order to reach your optimal body composition, health, and performance. You need to know that changing your exercise habits alone is probably not enough to drastically change your body composition. Of course, there are success stories here and there, but to a large extent, exercise alone won't push the dial too far. To significantly change body composition, both smart exercise and a healthy diet, as we've discussed it, are absolutely necessary. Researchers have looked at the effect of diet alone, exercise alone, or the combination on weight and body composition changes in overweight to obese women. The women who were randomized into one of 4 groups for an entire year. The diet-only group followed a calorie-reduced, low-fat diet. The exercise-only group completed an aerobic exercise program, working up to about 45 minutes of exercise 5 days per week. And the combined group obviously did both of these. They also had a 4th control group that had no lifestyle changes at all. After a year of this, the diet-only group decreased body fat by 4.2%, which is not bad. The exercise-only group didn't fare nearly as well and only lowered body fat by 1.6%. It was the combined diet and exercise group that did the best and lost 5.9% body fat. Other studies seem to line up most of the time to confirm these results, that diet and exercise must be combined to see significant change. The research I've been involved in also has shown that the type of exercise you do makes a difference. For example, simply eating a higher protein diet and doing both resistance training and high-intensity interval training led to more body fat and belly fat loss compared to eating a more traditional, lower protein diet and simply walking or jogging most days of the week. So, what else can you do to better your chances of success? If your goal is to improve body composition, I recommend you simplify both your diet and exercise routine, and do not change everything at once. creating a complex meal plan and exercise schedule does you no good if you can't stick to it. It may just set you up for failure and disappointment. Honestly, no change is too small. For example, Dr. John Berardi, a leading physique transformation expert, recommends asking yourself how confident you feel on a scale of 1 to 10 that you could complete a new behavior task, something like eating at least 3 servings of vegetables 5 days per week. Then, only start this new habit if you answered a 9 or a 10 on this scale. Anything lower, and this doesn't seem to stick very well. It's likely too much to expect of yourself or anyone else. The more confident you are with your goal, the more likely you are to be successful. Another strategy is to simply be aware and fully present when you make nutrition and exercise choices. And this is harder than it seems. How many times do you try and eat a meal, finish a few emails, take a call, watch TV, and talk to your wife all at the same time? Well, I have to work at this all the time too. But if you're too busy and distracted to really pay attention to what you're eating and drinking throughout the day, it is really easy to overeat and overdrink. Researchers from the University of Birmingham in the United Kingdom published an article in 2013 in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition that analyzed all related research for how attention and memory influenced how food was eaten. Each study of the 24 studies analyzed had groups that were either distracted or not while eating, such as watching TV or not watching TV. The authors found that distracted eating led to eating more food at that meal and in subsequent meals. They also reported that simply being mindful or paying attention led to eating less later on in the day. Another study had 60 women eat a cereal bar while watching TV, walking, or talking, and they measured their desire to eat and total food intake. While desire to eat was not influenced, the women consumed more calories in the day, specifically 5 times more chocolate, if the cereal bar was eaten while walking. Now, the authors simply noted that this served as a form of distraction that led them to overeat. The type of distraction that would lead to more food consumption is probably quite individualized. In this study, walking was a bigger distraction than TV. But there are many different types of mindless acts that can completely sabotage everything you've worked so hard for during your workouts. The simple act of paying attention and being physically and mentally present when you eat can make a real difference in the amount of calories you consume. It's far easier to eat until you're about 80% full if you pay attention. There is no clear way for how to only eat until you're 80% full, though, so you'll have to experiment with this. You probably know, though, that feeling of being very hungry and also of being way too full. So practice stopping at a point when you feel like you're not overly full. Perhaps it's that point when you say to yourself, I should probably stop now, but one more serving would be so good. Just give it a try. I think you'll find out how to stop when you're about 80% full if you practice enough and make this a real goal. Along the same line, one study decided to see how this approach, often called mindful eating, worked in middle-aged women who ate out at restaurants at least 3 times per week. They had one group attend small group sessions to learn about behavior change and mindful eating strategies, while the other group had no help at all. As you might expect, the people who knew about the practice and being fully present when they ate took in fewer calories throughout the day and lost significantly more weight. So here's how to start. Slow down. Simply eating slowly might just give your brain a chance to process hunger cues and help you figure out when to stop eating. It is pretty well understood that it takes a little bit of time to feel full. And if you don't give yourself that time and just keep shoveling your food in, it's pretty easy to get a few hundred extra calories down in just a few minutes. Also, try to eliminate distractions. Just like when you drive, if you can stop all of the distractions when you eat, you'll have a better chance of making it to your destination. TV, tablets, cell phones, and any number of gadgets will distract you. You can also practice being fully present and engaged during your workouts. I can't tell you how many times I walk into my gym and notice the same person, day after day, year after year, mindlessly going through the motions. If you're outside, try to look around a bit, safely, of course, and notice the landscape, the trees, smell the fresh air. If you always jog or run with music, then from time to time, try unplugging and just listen to your breathing and your heartbeat as you exercise. Think about what muscles are working and what these exercises are doing for you. Think about how much stronger you are becoming, both physically and mentally, from each successful workout. Some people call this the mind-body connection. You think about your progress, you think about the blood flowing through your body and nourishing your cells. You think about the fuel you ate to power your workout and make you strong and energetic. Your body is an amazing thing and deserves some attention. This ability to focus and connect with your workout could be one thing that turns the corner for you and makes you truly love being physically active.